Hi there, and in this packet I've hopefully got 4 incredibly rare minifigures which are 46 years old. Now, up until 1978, this is what Lego minifigures looked like. Their legs weren't articulated, there was just one piece like this. They didn't really have arms at all, they were just moulded into their torsos, and they had no face printing at all. But then in 1978, we got the minifigure that we all recognise today. The legs were suddenly articulated, they had arms which weren't just fixed to the side of their torsos, they had hands, and they also had face printing. Now, admittedly, this was the only face print we got for many more years, but at least we had a face on the head. Now, a few weeks ago, I made a video about this set, which I just bought, and I explained that I was on a little bit of a mission to try and get all the minifigures that were made in 1978. And being from that year, this set obviously contains one of those minifigures that was first made in 1978. He's got plain black legs, he's got a plain blue torso, but at least his arms and his legs articulate. He's got that classic smiley face, and he had this sort of vest on which has stickers on the front and the back with a chevron pattern as he's a workman, and that's because we didn't have printed torsos for a short while after, and that's all we got to start with. We had plain minifigures with plain legs and plain torsos, and obviously they all had that classic smiley face. However, in some sets Lego did give us stickers to add to the torsos. So in this packet is a small purchase I made off eBay, and they should be 4 of the figures from set 1589, which was called Town Square, which was obviously from 1978. Now, the set came with 5 figures, one of which was this one, which was just a plain figure. It had black legs, a red torso, classic smiley face, and a blue cap. However, the other 4 had stickers on their torsos, and they don't often come up for sale in very good condition. After being played with, the stickers tend to get very tatty around the edges, and the cheapest I've ever seen any of these for sale is about £20 each. So we're going to open this up, see what condition they're in, and then I'll reveal the bargain price I managed to get them for. So I've made sure they're all down that end of the bag, and I'm going to slice this packet open with a knife and get inside, and I'm hoping there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's definitely 4 figures. We'll get them out of their bags. We'll have a little look at them. So first up, we have the town policeman. And if we get him out of his bag, we can have a better look at him. And you can see, yes, that sticker is in pretty good condition. Like I said, they do tend to get a bit tatty around the edges, but that's still in fairly good condition for its age. Like I said, 46 years old. Now, this is very similar to the minifigure we got later on in many other sets, which had a sticker on it. He had more buttons than his badge. However, this one's got one less button, and he's got those fantastic 1970s collars. And the way you can tell it's a genuine old minifigure is that it's got a solid stud on top, just like regular Lego bricks. More modern minifigure heads either had indented studs or these ones like this with holes in. For his age, his arms and his legs are still nice and stiff. They've got a lot of play left in them. He obviously wasn't played with that much, especially considering the condition of his sticker. Now, this one, I can't find any data on Bricklink about him, so it doesn't actually look like one of these has ever been sold on Bricklink before. So I can't find out any information about how much he's normally worth, but in a little while, I'll let you know what I actually paid for him. Next, we have one of the townsfolk, and if I open up her bag, get her out, you can see again the condition of that sticker is also very good. So they are slightly dented and scratched, but actually when you look straight on, you can still see even where they're scratched, they're still nice and black. It's the edges that normally get their most wear, and this has got a fairly worn corner down there, but the rest of the edges are pretty good. Now, I said with the previous figure that the cob had nice 1970s collars on his shirt, but look at the ones on this lady's shirt. They're absolutely amazing, those massive flared collars she's got. And also, like with the cop, arms and legs are still incredibly stiff, haven't had much use, and on top, an original solid stud. Figure number 3 is another townsperson, only this time they've got a red torso. Back in 1978, we had very limited headgear. We only had this hair piece, and we didn't have any male hair, so all the blokes had to wear hats, but at least we got this female hair. The torso sticker on this one, I think, is actually the best of the 3 so far. There's hardly any scuffing around the edges, maybe a little bit down that side and this side, but the top and bottom look pretty good completely. And this one, if possible, has got even bigger collars than the previous one. Let's compare collar sizes if we can. Yes, we're definitely getting bigger and bigger 1970 collars as we go along. The legs on this one are a little bit more floppy than the others, but the arms are still very stiff, and we just double check. Yes, an original solid stud head. Now, unlike the cop, there are some of these for sale on Bricklink at the moment. The black torsoed one, that's going, the cheapest I could find was £20, but then again, the sticker was in very ropey condition. And the same with the red one, cheapest I could find was £20, but the red one was going actually from between about £60 to £80, and the black one up to about £50, depending on the condition of the sticker. So again, I'm going to let you know shortly what I paid for these, but it wasn't anywhere near that amount of money. And then lastly, what I think is probably the coolest of the figures from the set. We get him out. So he's got another black sticker. This are slightly more worn than the other ones, but still in pretty good condition. 2 buttons with this lovely red tie and a really cool black cowboy hat on. Now, he doesn't have massive shirt collars like the other two, but he does have this really cool black jacket on, 2 buttons. His tie, actually, I don't know if it was a printing error or that's what he's meant to be like. His tie looks ever so slightly squiffy, as if it's leaning to one side, but still looks pretty good. I'm very pleased with the condition, even though it's slightly worse than the others. Let's check. Oh, his arms slightly looser than the others, but legs pretty good. And let's double check that stud. Yes, a classic original solid stud head. Now, there are a few of these on Bricklink available at the moment for sale, and they're ranging from between £25 and £50. Now, I already had the plain unstickered minifigure, and I don't have any information on what the cop should sell for, but if I base it on roughly the same price as the other 3, which are generally between £20 and £50, I reckon these 4 should have cost me somewhere between £80 and £200. But I'm not entirely sure why, but all of these 4 were on sale on eBay for £6.99 each. So instead of paying £80 upwards, I got the whole lot for 4p off £28. So as you can imagine, I am incredibly pleased with this purchase. When I saw £6.99, obviously the pictures looked good, but you can never be sure until the items actually arrive in the post. But they are as good as they looked in the pictures. And for £6.99 each, I can't believe I got them for this price. Now, I've got most of the plain torso minifigures from 1978, but I absolutely love these ones with stickers on them. So I'm trying to get as many of them as I possibly can. So getting these 4 from the same set is a real find. So adding in some more minifigures with stickers on their torsos down this end, my collection of minifigures from the first year of minifigure is coming on pretty well. And I know that LEGO do some absolutely amazing printing on torsos and arms and legs nowadays, but I do really like these old minifigures with stickers on them. Let me know what you think of these down in the comments below. I still manage to reply to every comment I get, and I do love to hear from you guys watching these videos. And especially let me know if you've got any minifigs with stickers on their torsos, which you think I should try and get hold of next. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, it really helps me out. And of course, please subscribe for more LEGO videos.